So today I'm going to show you how we can add paint to our rooms in SketchUp. So we're going to pretend this project is complete, but it's not actually. It's obviously only 3 rooms in my house. I prefer that you get your house done because some people won't actually get to the point of painting, and I'd rather have a fully completed house that's completely white versus a house that's half completed and painted. But I am going to show you how to paint your house because my highest preference would be that you'd have a completed and painted house. We're going to use this paint bucket tool to do the painting, and when you click it, it should open up a little window over here. If you want to use any regular colors, like you were literally painting the walls of your house, you could use this color thing here, or color wheel here. I'm going to click on a color and I'm going to paint my den. Actually, I'm going to paint my den kind of an orangish color because that's really the color it is. It's kind of a rustic room. And a lot of people like to stay away from colors and they'd rather stay in this circle right here, and that's totally fine too. I'm going to paint it pretty much the way it is. So it's actually not that bright orange. I chose a little bit brighter on purpose though so that it could stand out. You could see that you're like, oh, they're not the same color. It's because of the light source, like this, the fake sun makes it so it's a little bit different when you turn it to show that it's shading like this wall is darker than this wall, so that's why. The weird thing about this room for me is that these are actually, the opposite walls are 2 different colors, so I'm going to do that too. You don't have to do that, I just want to. Here you can see that I'm changing the darkness of it, like how much black is in the color. So that color is not actually right, it's a little bit more orange. There you go. Alright, so that's that wall. Turn this and I could paint this wall. Every wall except the inside of closets has to be at least painted. So although you might say, oh, a room is white or off-white or something, so then choose a color that's kind of like a tan or creamish medium off-white color to paint it. So for this room, I'm just going to paint all of my walls this color. And the reason that I didn't paint the room with the door on it is because I'm thinking to myself right now, I guess I'm going to just paint it because actually, you know what, I'm going to just paint it for now. Paint. Now also, like, your floors have surfaces too. You can see that I'm not painting my floors, and really I should. So if I go into this brick, it'll show me some things like I don't want to put a carpet in my what's it called, in this room, but I can do some textiles. So I'm going to go in there, and I could put down like this is kind of a gravelly looking thing, so that could be my ground in the garage, but it's definitely not my ground in the other walls. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to Command Z. You're going to have this problem too, so I'm glad I did. Being that when I erased those lines that were left over, it made it so my rooms are no longer, they're connected now. So I might have to draw in lines occasionally to stop the paint. And that might happen too, where it suddenly seals up a wall. So if that happens, you can use your selection tool to select the wall, the door that just popped up here, I guess, and press delete. Now the line still stays there. Now of course I just deleted something which is the same as erasing it, so I'm going to double check everything, make sure everything is the way I left it, and then when I dump my gravelly stuff in here, that's going to be the floor of my garage. Whoops, I left the gravelly stuff. Let's put that back in there and dump it in. Alright, so that's my garage. My floor in here is actually terrible tiling that came with the house. It looks terrible. So I'm going to try and find some tiles by going to tile in my, clicking my brick and going to my drop down and find tile. And it doesn't really look like any of these, but I guess it's kind of similar to this. Well, I guess it's really not, but it's close enough. And of course I have the same problem again because I forgot to go over my living room. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to orbit, go in there, and seal off these 2 rooms. Usually between doors, there's like a thing there. I'm going to do the same thing and select the wall and delete it. There's like a little thing between the rooms that like holds down the carpet if you have carpeting. So I'm going to leave white spaces there. You can handle that how you want. If you want to, you don't have to have this line, and you can have it tiled right up to the garage. But this is how I'm going to do it. I think in my other room, I'm actually not going to bring a line there just so you can see the other option. All right, so I'm going to put my tile down right here. There's my tile. And for this room, it's, whoa, my den. There we go with that vertigo again. I'm going to go with my den here, and I'm going to put some hardwood flooring in. I'm going to have it go all the way up to this threshold here, so it's going to go underneath the door. I'm not sure if that's how it is in reality, but I just want to show you the options. So, wood. All right, so it's this one. All right, so this is the wood flooring that I'm going to choose, so I just click it, and I could do that. Now, one problem is that I don't like about this is that actually the color is off from my realistic. My stuff is like a little bit redder than this. So I'm going to go to color edit, and I could go to color. Oh, I could go to this color wheel here, click, and I could choose a slightly redder color to put on it. So I'm just clicking where I want it to go. A little bit dark. I don't like those grays that are coming into it, so it's a little bit warmer than that. Oh. Getting closer. Yeah, that's pretty good. All right, so now when I'm happy with it, I can just click it and dump it in. All right, we're also going to do stuff on the outside of the house. So I'm quickly going to go to my little drop down here and see if I could find like, what's it called? Bricks and cladding. And then like this is great for garage doors. So I'm going to put that on my garage door. This part of my house has siding on it, so I'm going to put some siding on it. Again, if I wanted to change the colors or something, I could, but I'm not going to show you that twice. This area here kind of has bricks like this, so actually that's not true. This area also has siding. It's the side. Let me turn it a little bit. I'm going to orbit because I want to make sure every face is covered. The slab I'm not going to paint. That's just like a little bit of brick area, and that really, my house actually looks like that, so it's kind of normal. This is the area where this kind of stuff starts. All right, so this is where my house continues, so I'm not going to color that area because I do plan on finishing this house. So that leaves my window, so I'm going to make a window over here. But first I got to do the other side of the house. So let me turn this around. I did that. The back has siding. And we'll say there's siding here, even though there's really not. So I have everything done except the area where my house is going to continue, and I want to make that like a window. So I'm going to go click this again, and I can go to glass or translucent, either if there is a glass. No, there's not. There's just translucent. And I can pick translucent glass to dump on that. Now, when I did it, being that I didn't pull that block through, it just made that entire thing translucent. So what I'm going to do instead is Command-Z it. Going to push it through first, and then I'm going to use my square tool to draw a piece of glass basically to cover that area, and then I'm going to paint the glass. I'm going to paint a glass color. I got to click that again occasionally. All right, so there you go. So now I have my glass doors that lead to the outside, my glass sliding doors, and I have my ground. All of my flooring is covered, and all of my walls are painted except for the interior of a closet because nobody paints those. Being that this is kind of like a walk-in closet, I did bother to give it the tile flooring. And that's all you have to know about paint.